Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
My name's Obert.
And I'm Dayna.
Oh, hey! Wait for the pod.
I'm not okay with this. This is not okay.
Dayna was walking by while Chris and I were setting up, and she just decided to pull up a chair, I guess.
Right.
Pretty much.
She was like, oh, you are so famous and funny on this podcast, so I want to soak up some of your fame.
No.
Yeah,
she
that's
wants
what
to
happened.
share the spotlight, or at least the headphones.
Yeah, we're a grade A operation over here.
It's a good thing I'm not recording in stereo, otherwise I could just talk to one side of my microphone, and only Dayna would hear it, and then talk to the other side, and only Chris would hear it.
Right? Be like, this is between me and Dayna. This is between me and Dayna. Chris, you can't hear this. It's okay.
Well, we learned that if I pull, you'll lose your earphone, so.
Right.
Dayna has the stronger ears, we decided.
Yes.
Dana's got the stronger ears, but it's because, okay, so here it is. It's science. These are headphones that I use all the time, so they have the bigger earpieces, because I have bigger
Ear holes.
head. Bigger. You know what they say about a big head.
The better to hear you with, my dear, I think.
So when she stuffs them into her tiny little head, they get stuck.
They get wedged.
That's not what happened, but
Yeah,
okay.
So that's science. That's the science there. But yeah. Anyways, I guess welcome to mooching my fame.
Last episode of the year.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Oh Lord! Wait, actually, or is it the first episode of the year?
No,
No.
We're coming back. This is our new Thursdays. Our new
wow.
Thursday cast date.
Last day of the year.
Is it?
Not even. Yeah, the
Thursday's
31st
the 31st.
is Thursday.
Wow.
Which in the fabric of podcast timeline is when we're doing this episode. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could talk about it, about how great 2020 was,
Sure.
best year ever, all that stuff.
Before we do that, I just wanted to apologize and say sorry it took me so long to get set up here today to start recording. I don't have enough USB ports on my computer, so I was frantically trying to plug everything in, and I don't know, it was a whole ordeal.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly you weren't very nice, and Santa didn't bring you a 7-port USB.
I guess not.
3.0, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if only there were a way you could go on Amazon via one of our show descriptions and order one.
I know. I just got coal shaped into a USB splitter.
Oh, well, that's just mean.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's just mean.
The coal doesn't just quite conduct
Yeah.
Right.
what you need it to.
Little known fact,
So-
boys and girls, that when you're bad, Santa just literally turns your gift into coal. It's got like a Midas touch situation going on.
Oh, man. So, yeah, you're home now, though.
I am. Made it back to
Officially.
Montana.
Officially.
Did the drive seem longer on the way back home or shorter?
It felt a little bit longer because it wasn't like I had my trip I was looking forward to. It was like, just getting back. And then it snowed on me the last day, so last day felt really long.
Oof.
Oh, that's rough.
But it's good to be back for sure. Got back a little bit for Christmas. Already been skiing a couple times. Took popcorn out cross country skiing. So
Nice.
it's I brought winter with me because they didn't have any snow in Montana until I showed up. But
That's good. So
Yeah.
you didn't miss any skiing then.
pretty much, yeah. They were like, no, once Brendan gets here, then we can start snowing. Yeah.
We need Obert to open the ski slopes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I feel it. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're home. For some reason, maybe it's just because I've been starting my new job and stuff like that, but I felt like you got home in like 2 days. I know it wasn't 2 days, but like I feel like you were like, I'm leaving, and then I got home. Like, oh, damn, that was
I think
fast.
there were less dog park snaps.
Yeah.
I think that was what it was, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely made fewer stops and just kind of barreled through all the way. Although,
Yeah.
Rapid City, South Dakota, if you're listening, great dog park. That was a good one.
There you go. There we go. We're now a food and dog park
Review.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we do now. That's cool. That's awesome.
But yeah, so we had Christmas already. Well, some of us were naughty, some of us were nice. Santa brought me a beer. I don't know if he brought you guys any beer.
No.
No.
Short podcast this week, no beer.
Chris fell into the naughty category.
But he didn't even get the coal-shaped beer. He
Yeah,
just got,
Oh,
that's
wow.
like extra bad. Like just nothing.
Santa came in and drank my beer. That's how bad I was.
You didn't leave it out
Well,
next to the cookies, did you?
Yeah, well, yeah, no. It was we left out beer and spare ribs for him, so we do it different over here. We do it different in North Carolina. Well, what did Santa leave for you Christmas morning?
Well, Santa left me this beer from Imagination Brewing, which is one of my favorites out of Missoula. And my last stop on my road trip back home, I was just 3 short hours from home, and I stopped there and I didn't sit on Santa's lap, but I sat 6 feet apart from Santa and asked him for some beers, including this Houston Wir haben ein Problem, which is a German chocolate cake imperial pastry stout.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. There's a little picture of house rocket ship thing blasting off to a coconut moon because German chocolate cake is chocolatey and coconutty. So,
Yep.
This is a fresh one too. Santa, I think, just brewed it shortly before dropping it off. Canned on 12.
Just vandaled.
Yep. But canned on 12/16. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's new. That's fresh. Nice.
But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna dig right into it here.
It's no surprise to the listeners that I do not like the German chocolate cake stouts.
Yeah. How do you feel
Because
about
of the
German chocolate
coconut.
cake in general?
No, honestly, if it has coconut in it, I can taste the coconut and it ruins it for me.
Yeah. So
Even when people,
I'll be like, it doesn't even taste that much like coconut, and he'll just be like straight
yeah, it
coconut.
does. That's all I
Yeah.
taste.
yeah, but we talked about it a lot of times. When there's something in a beer or whatever that you don't like, that's all you can focus on.
Yeah.
You know.
I hear you. But have you? I see this is kind of a new trend I'm seeing around these pastry stouts. I don't really know what a pastry stout is, but is it just like dessert flavored? I don't know. Is there pastry in it? I don't think so.
That's a good question. Actually, I'm not sure.
There is this thing called the Google.
The Google machine.
Our new co-host,
Yeah.
our
our fact checker.
Tud 4.0,
I could never fill
is gonna
Tud's
be.
shoes.
Yeah, you don't nearly have the soundboard experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Or slamming on his keyboard as he's typing into Google.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for our new listeners, Dayna is Chris's wife.
Oh yeah, we didn't go.
We didn't say that. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not just some stranger you found on the side of the road.
No.
Well,
They used to have a podcast together.
we did. Yeah.
We've
Like-
been talking about bringing it back for about
2
year and a
years.
half.
Yeah. One of these days.
One of these
17
days.
years from now.
We have so many kids now. They're everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
true. So apparently a pastry stout is just a sweet, rich dessert-like side of stout. To be
Stupid cat. Okay, so kind of what Obert was saying. It's just like a desserty kind of.
yeah,
Kinda
just like a
stout.
sweet,
Nice.
rich dessert-like.
Well,
Makes
that's
sense.
certainly what this one smells like. It's basically smells like I walked into a fudge shop.
Ooh.
Yeah, very super cakey and chocolatey. Hints of coconut, but it's not like.
Okay.
I feel like coconut is much more of a mouth taste than a nose taste. But
Yeah, I guess
usually not
I can
a
agree with that.
huge, like you don't walk in and be like, somebody making coconut candy in here? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, apparently one of your cats is a huge fan of pastry stouts. And when you said that, it came running.
It's going nuts.
We have a mountain of boxes.
Oh,
And they're
Because-
exploring.
Tote Mountain has returned.
Yeah.
Return of Tote Mountain. Cardboard
It's-
box
Because
hill.
of Christmas and CJ's birthday and the NFL
CBA.
CBA,
Yeah.
we had a lot of extra packages.
Sure.
So
many.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, let's see how the mouth taste is. Wow. Okay, where to start? Yeah, just it's like a wave of chocolate on the front of the palette. Like I'm in like a Nesquik commercial, basically. Like me and that rabbit surfing the wave of chocolate milk together.
That's imagery right there.
Thank you. I try and bring the listeners along with me. So yeah, quite a bit of chocolate, but not a ton of coconut. I'm hoping as it warms up, I get more. And actually, yeah, it definitely has more coconut on the aftertaste, but it's not like biting into a piece of German chocolate cake. But this is...
Is it sweet? Like super sweet?
No. I would think it would be with a name like pastry stout, but the roasty, toasty, chocolatey notes are not overpowered by like a ton of crystal malt or anything like that. So it doesn't taste like I'm drinking straight sugar. But I really like this beer. Imagination is one of my favorites. I wish it wasn't a 3-hour drive from me because I would get more beer from there more often. And Santa only comes once a year, unfortunately, so he can't go get it for me.
The Easter Bunny, maybe?
Ooh.
Maybe.
If you're good?
I don't know if they take requests, but we'll see.
I think they're in cahoots. I've heard that before.
Okay. Yeah, maybe for Easter. Who knows?
There you go.
So I really like this beer. I think this one's going to get a rare 4.5 from me.
4.5. Wow.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
solid. Holy crap.
Yeah, it just hits me in all the right places.
That's a good beer.
It's a very good beer.
So I don't know how to handle this one here, but I don't even know how to look it up. So out of 7 check-ins,
7?
7. That's all there is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I can do a ragtag. Nope. Why is it?
Just the ballpark.
It doesn't. Oh, there you go. Here's some. I was like, why isn't it showing me any ratings? But I'm doing bad. I'm doing bad to Untapped work right now. Okay, I got about what it is. About-ish. So out of 7, what do you think? As an unofficial guess?
4 1/8-ish.
It's probably closer to 4.5. I mean, there's very
Really?
high praise for this beer.
From the 7 people that have had it?
All 7
All
people.
7 ratings.
Soon to be 8 of us are really
Right.
big fans.
4 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 4 1/4, 4.75 again, 4.5, 4.5. So I mean, it's a good beer.
But I'm not super surprised that in the 12 days this beer has existed, there are 7 check-ins. Sorry, I'm distracted because Chris is throwing things at his cat. I think.
It's unreal.
Both
They're
what he's
acting
throwing.
up.
You didn't feed them.
Yeah,
Neither did you.
the cats are rebelling because it's cat food 30 and they're hungry.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah. And we've said before, there's breweries around here don't typically get a ton of check-ins. And to get this beer, you either have to go to the brewery or the literally one liquor store that sells their beer. So it's hard to find, and not a lot of people around here are into Untapped. But I like it. I think it deserves the average of whatever it is.
The average of something.
Yeah, the average of something. So
Cool.
all right, well,
I was going to ask, how many check-ins there need to be for there to be an average?
I think like 25 or so.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Untapped right in. dawpodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't know. 50,000?
Sure, 50,000.
50,000. There you go. So got a ways.
Yeah, it'll get there. But anyway, I'm going to hand this one off to the Chris household, Chris and Dayna household. You guys, one of you guys, take it away. Give us a beer review.
Want me to go?
It's up to you. I mean, are you sure you know how to do this?
You're the guest.
I have no
You're
idea.
the guest, so you get to choose.
Yeah, you get to choose. You get to choose if you want to go first or if you want me to drink first.
Well, I'm going to drink. I'm getting thirsty, so I'm going to go.
This is bullshit.
Full disclosure, Chris pulled this beer out of the fridge for me. It is I love can I get this like in a wallpaper? This can art?
Ooh, that is fun.
No, we don't do wallpaper here. It's not our...
I feel like that wallpaper would belong at like a pretty nice like Marriott hotel in the Bahamas or something.
For sure.
There you go.
For
Yeah.
sure.
In the lobby. It's like definitely
Yeah,
like
it might just be like a print in the lobby. It might be
Yeah,
too busy. Or
yeah.
the carpet. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh,
Look,
yeah,
that
the
would be good
carpet.
hotel
Yeah.
carpet for sure.
Okay.
So this is called Coconut Express. So we're on the coconut train right now.
Boo.
All aboard.
I thought you said this was a stout.
It's not a stout. I thought it was a stout. I would have left it in the fridge longer.
I think I've had this beer. This is one that you gave to me when you were in Connecticut.
I didn't give it to you.
I thought this was a Charlotte.
Well, this is from Maine.
Brewery. Oh, okay. So this is one that Tud gave us.
So this is an IPA, and this is brewed by Barreled Souls in Saco, Maine.
Probably.
Yep.
Is that how?
Yeah.
That's how
Do
you
you want
say
a different
it.
beer? Do you want like a non-IPA beer?
I mean, I think I'm committed.
Yeah, I think so.
Is-
Okay, that's fine.
Dayna, are you a non-IPA person?
I like juicy IPAs. Like
Okay.
zero bitterness, crazy juicy.
I hope this is good.
So this might not be my style. But
I
he
think
doesn't like coconut.
my Tud Cleo is telling me that neither of you are going to like this beer.
Oh no. Shit.
Do you want to save this, babe, or do you want me to?
No, I'm not going to drink it.
All right, we'll just do it.
Yeah. that's fine.
What better time to drink it than on a podcast
know.
where we like to hear people drink gross beers?
This may be a fishy beers. Do you want to use my new brewmate?
No,
It'll
thank
keep
you.
it cold because it's been out.
It smells really good.
That's good.
Does it smell like IPA or does it smell more like coconut?
It smells like an IPA, but it doesn't have that, like, the strong, like, the part of the beer you don't like, for me, is that bitterness. Like, it doesn't smell like it's going to be bitter. But I've been
doesn't have
fooled
that-
before.
Icky Dayna
Yeah.
smell.
But yeah, we're going to go ahead and try it, I guess. That's what we do.
Yep, that's how we do it.
That's what we do on this podcast.
We do the drinking.
You know, we've had a few episodes where we've had non-beers, but we've had a few where we have multiple beers. So you got to think we're probably close to like 450 beers we've had on this podcast.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
it's not until recently y'all have been trying to hammer down some of the cocktails and stuff. So there's been some. We've had some
Yeah.
wine,
Some seltzers.
some seltzers. Yes.
Some of those.
So
I don't hate it.
okay, that's good.
Okay.
It's a little more bitter than I like.
Yeah.
Not super coconutty to me, but I do get, like, it is fruity.
Okay.
And I get, like, tropical fruits. But I'm not very good at
I'm going to see how much Chris gets on the
coconut.
coconut scale here.
Yeah. So this is fun because it's my beer that Tud gave me. It smells like a New England IPA. It doesn't smell like it's gonna have any coconut on it. But let's see. Let's see how it is. It's actually not that bad. Like, there is coconut.
Wow.
There is coconut in it, but the beer has enough, like, citrusy, like, some kind of juicy notes to cover it up really well. And there is some bitterness, which I know Dayna doesn't like. But it's actually not heavy coconut, which I think is good. Let me do one more.
It's working for you. It tastes more like sunscreen than Almond Joy.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely there. It's there. And the second sip was worse than the first, but it's not as bad as some other coconut beers. But that's not my review.
Well, I just had another sip. And it kind of reminds me of a coconut sip of sunshine.
Weird. Interesting.
But I haven't had a sip of sunshine in probably, like, 3 years, so...
Yeah, I haven't either. I guess that would be that's probably close. That's probably close.
Because, like, sip of sunshine's fruity enough for me, but it is still a little bit bitter.
Right.
And that's
It's not
kind of
like,
what this is doing.
it's not like a juice. Sip of Sunshine isn't a juice bomb for us. Everything that it is. It's a great beer, but it's definitely not a juice bomb. But yeah, no, that's actually not too bad. Like, I know what I would give it. I know what I would rate it. But
One thing I'm finding as I drink more of this beer is the coconut flavor is building over time. Like, as the other chocolate gets washed away, I feel like it's still the coconut sustaining, and the more I drink, the more coconut flavor I get.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you need that with, like, those more subtle hidden flavors. Like, well, I mean, of course, getting warmer helps too, but the more you have it, you're like, oh yeah, no, I do get a little bit of something on that, so cool.
Well, I just thought I would say that because I know you said, Chris, that you got more coconut the second sip. I
Right.
wasn't sure if Dayna had the same.
Yeah, it doesn't scream coconut to me, but I have, like, a really, like, I feel like bad palate.
It's whispering coconut to you.
Yeah, but it's tropical to me, so I think the citrus and the coconut.
Coconut.
I was like, what's happening? Is popcorn eating again?
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not too bitter for me, which is usually my biggest issue with an IPA, is I don't like it when they get really bitter.
Yeah. So, I know you don't have an Untapped.
don't.
Dayna doesn't have it untapped, so
Dayna, let's get on this.
Dayna, let's get on this. I told her, I'm like, you probably should. She'd probably have a couple hundred beers logged by now, especially back pre-kids. She would
Back
at least,
in my drinking days.
BCJ?
yeah, BCJ. But yeah, before kids, you'd probably have a couple hundred beers. You'd probably be closing in on 250 beers, if I had to guess. Anyways, so on a scale of, say, 0 to 5, what do you think, broken down into quarter ratings, what do you think the people of Untapped would think of this beer?
What is she going to say? Yeah.
No,
you got to have...
I'll give my rating as well, but I want you to go first. I don't want you to be tainted by my more expert opinion.
Well, for like me, I would rate this probably like a 3.75 because I think I appreciate the beer, but I probably wouldn't go out of my way to have it again or order it again. But I feel like the Untapped-diverse, is that the right term? Did
nice
I do that
lingo.
right?
I like that. Yeah,
yeah, that's what we call it. That's
someone's a listener.
Coined by this podcast. TM.
So I think they would rate this. Should I say it now or should I let you rate yours?
I got my guess.
I think get it in your head. Yeah, you both have it in your head.
So we're not saying our guess yet?
Okay, no. Okay, so I would give this a 3.5.
Okay. Which
is solid for what it is. I was between a 3.25 and a 3.5, but it's a better beer than a 3.25, so it deserves I think it deserves a 3.5 for me because of the coconut. Obviously, that's minus a couple points, but it is a good beer. Very, very surprised. Shout out to ex-co-host Tud.
Yeah.
No, current and what is it? Current, future, present.
Yeah.
Co-host Tud, thank you for this beer. It's actually it's a solid one. So I give it a 3.5, and I know what I would give. I think I know what the Untapped-iverse gives this.
You think you know?
I think I know exactly.
Whoa!
I think this is the time. I think we're getting it today.
That would be big.
Okay.
Imagine if Dayna gets, I'll be pissed.
I know. I was thinking about that too. I'm like,
I should have
what's
cheated.
going to happen when one of us, whoever gets it, isn't one of the regular co-hosts?
I know, right?
I should have cheated just to have that moment. But I thought I was drinking a stout, and this is not a stout, so.
No.
Surprise.
Honestly, I think if it was a stout, it would be way worse for me. I think because you have to rely more on those flavors in a stout, I think it would have been worse. But anyways.
Yeah. I think you would hate the beer I'm drinking.
Probably.
So out of 522 check-ins.
Okay.
What do you think the Coconut Express from Barreled Souls Brewing Company rates?
You go first.
All right. I think people like it. I'm going to go with a 3.81.
Okay.
I think they like it even more. And I think Barreled Souls has a little bit of hop pipe to it up in the Maine, New England. So I think it's going to be a 4.12.
Very interesting guess. Well, Dayna is woman of the people this week.
Damn it.
You got to give us your best honk.
Honk, honk, honk.
I still got my beer to go.
That's true. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
She's in
my
the lead.
Yeah,
She's in the lead. Unhonk, unhonk, unhonk. 3.67 is the Untapped average.
Damn. Okay.
So,
I
not
did
a
not,
huge fan.
I did not expect that. Okay.
I gave it a 4, but
okay.
It was doing it for me, I guess. I guess I have a thing for coconut beers.
I'm very surprised unless everybody goes in there I hate coconut. What do you got?
Give me the coconut beer.
You got 20 beers? I'll take the coconut one.
Well, I think a lot of people picked it up. I thought it was a stout as well with a name like
Coconut
Express.
Yeah.
And so when I poured it and it was an IPA, I was like, oh, this isn't what I was expecting. So it was good, but if you're not an IPA person, I could see that really bringing the average down,
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay.
That's my theory.
That's probably the farthest anybody has been off. I was off by 0.5.
I was going to rate it a little bit higher, but I brought it down last minute. And
apparently I have no idea.
More,
I have no idea what I'm doing, so...
So I will be replacing Chris
there you go.
forward.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
There you go. All right, I'm going to go stream now. Bye.
Sorry, Dayna, do you mind? I need to use the computer.
All right. So I guess now that we got that over with, I can go, finally.
Now that we got all those pesky coconuts out of the way.
Right. Ew, coca butt. See what I did there? So I am drinking. Oh, and by the way, I want to apologize because I noticed like 20 minutes in that I had the wrong input in, so that's why we sound better, I hope. But so this is a beer that was given to me from my older brother when I was up in Connecticut. It's a relatively new brewery, and he actually knows the brewer owner. I guess he had his beers when he was still like brewing in his garage a while ago. So he gave me a mixed 4-pack or a mixed 6-pack or something of these beers, and I've had a few. I may have already had this beer, but I don't remember it. So this is what we're going with. But it is Great Awakening Brewing Company's Spoon Bender Imperial Stout, and this actually is a stout.
I've never heard of them.
They're up in Westfield, Mass.
Did you guys share one of their beers at Tud's house?
I don't know. I thought me and Tud had it at the Airbnb.
Oh, maybe.
And I had a couple different kinds. I just don't remember. I mean, Obert may have been there. I don't remember. But
it was all a drunken blur.
Yeah. a lot of beer. So Spoonbender is an imperial stout conditioned on cocoa nibs, hand-processed Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans, and one of our favorite coffee varieties. So it sounds delicious.
It does sound yummy.
And it's 8.7% alcohol. So a little tame on the ABV. For imperial. Oh shit!
Chris, pour.
I spill bad. I did the bad spill. I did a bad spill. I can't do this spill at all. All right. So I got it poured.
Does it look like you could bend a spoon in it?
It is. It is a billion SRM, as we like to say on the podcast. A little bit of head. The head is bubbling more than I like my stouts. I like a little bit less bubbles. Hello, thank you. Not whether or not that will translate, who knows.
Some nice lacing, as you like to say.
Yeah, some lacing there. So on the smell taste, I do get a lot of some bitterness from the chocolate, but more so the coffee. I get a lot of coffee on the nose. So I think it's gonna be a banger. I guess we'll find out. That's what the kids say.
The description made it sound like a banger.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see what this goes for. That is very good. That's a very, very good beer. I was worried it was going to be too carbonated, but it's not. It's actually it's not velvety smooth, but it's like
whatever slightly less
the next
than
thing down.
Yeah, whatever the next thing down is. So like
velour.
Yeah. Sure.
The pleather of velvet.
The pleather of velvet. Yes, whatever pleather is to velvet. But it is smoother than I thought it was going to be, which is nice. It's got a little bit of bitterness from like the chocolate, but it's very like the vanilla and the coffee work really well together. And it's a lot of flavor in this beer. Very good though. The head is completely gone now. Maybe
corduroy would be a step down from velvet.
A nice corduroy.
Yeah.
It's a very, very solid stout. I'm trying to think of like what else to say. I mean, I know it said bourbon vanilla beans, but I don't get a ton of bourbon taste on them. It's more so a little bit of bitterness from the chocolate, and then you get hit with some coffee, and then it tails off, and it kind of gets curbed by that vanilla at the end. It's very, very good. I mean, Dayna, do you want to try it?
I definitely do, but I always ask you this question first. Would I like it?
Yeah, I think you would. I think you would like this.
All right.
I mean, I could be wrong because you like coconut.
It is smooth like corduroy.
Nice.
Smooth as corduroy. Is silk smoother than velvet?
I think so.
Okay, so that would be that would be
even
like
smoother.
You wouldn't even have to swallow; it just like slides down your throat.
Yeah.
That gives me libation propaganda memories.
Right, which is for those of you that don't know, which I don't know if you would, but that's like Dana's all-time favorite stout is libation propaganda, which is amazing and has been on the podcast a very long time ago.
That's my favorite. Like that was the beer that got me into drinking beer.
Was it?
Yes.
I think we all have a beer like that.
I guess.
You know?
That was the first beer that I had that I was like, I could drink this up. Like,
beer's good.
Give me beer.
Beer is good. Beer is good and stuff.
Yeah.
This I think is smoother than that.
I agree.
That one's a little bit more bitter and a little more coffee.
Yep.
But this one is very, very good.
Right. Well, that's because, and this has the vanilla, which will smooth all that stuff out, versus Libation Propaganda not having that. So now I've given Libation Propaganda 5s before, and I'm not going to do that with this beer. And
We've evolved.
We've evolved. Yes, it's been a long time. But this is a very, very good beer. West. I've had a few of their beers now. The Great Awakening Brewing, and I have not been disappointed. They have been very good. So if you're in that area and you want to send me some or whatever, or Wayne, if you're listening, like you can hook me up with some more. They've been very good. I mean, I've had a couple IPAs and some sours. Like, they've been doing a lot of really good stuff. So
He can send a couple of those for me.
See, there we go. Even Dayna likes this one. So yeah, I know what I'm gonna. I don't know how we want to do this. I know what I'm gonna give it on Untapped. Do you want to venture a guess first, or should I go first because it's my beer?
Yeah,
well,
you
what
should
would
go
you
'cause
rate
it's your
it?
beer. Yeah,
Okay.
Tell us what your rating is.
So my rating, I'm gonna give this a 4.5. It's very good.
Damn.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's. I think if it were to be barrel aged or something, it will give it that extra bump to push it up to like 4.75 status. But like as just like a coffee chocolate beer, like this is one of the better ones I've had. So that's good on you.
Yeah, if I were to rate this, if I had an Untapped, I would give that a 4.75.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, to me, it sounded like a very plain stout, if that makes sense. Like, okay, coffee, vanilla, chocolate, like.
Yeah.
They did it
But
well,
it sounds
though.
like they really knocked it out of the park.
And I feel like a lot of times when you get a stout and it's got like a mile-long list, you're almost disappointed because you don't taste the nutmeg or something in it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like the basic kind of...
Right. I mean, I think that's true because, if I see like, oh man, this is a peanut butter chocolate bomb, blah, 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 like my expectations of it's going to be through the roof. Whereas this is like, oh, it sounds like it's going to be a really good stout. And it just is a really good stout. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think the Untapped-verse is going to think it's... I mean, I think it'll be high, but I don't think... If they have enough check-ins, I don't know if they do, but...
More than 7?
More than 7, maybe. I don't think it's going to be too crazy high. I think it'll be a 4.07. That's my guess.
I'm going to go under that. I'm going to do a 3.85.
Okay, well, I think maybe Tud is man of the people again this week.
Oh no, what do we do? How bad is it?
Only 124 check-ins,
Okay.
but it's a really high average. It's a 4.23.
Oh, that is
Wow.
very high. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're more on board with us then. Okay.
Yeah. And they have Untapped categorizes it as a double milk imperial stout.
I don't know
Which
what a
is
double
interesting.
milk stout... What makes
Well, it's like
it
a milk
double?
stout, but you double it.
Double milk. Like if you're lactose intolerant, you should not drink
Definitely
this
don't drink
twice.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't say anything about lactose being added to it, but that doesn't
No, I don't
necessarily.
think
Oh no,
there
it
is.
actually does. There it is. Contains
Oh.
lactose. It says it right underneath the ABV though. They hid it in there. That explains some of the smoothness. Okay. Well,
I
good.
really like lactose.
When Obert was like, I think Tud's man of the people, I was like, oh, it's a
This
2.84.
is like right? No, it's like I said, only 123 check-ins, but people really liked it.
It's a very, very solid beer. So I'm
We had
glad.
some bangers on today's episode.
I know. Dang. Okay. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
How do you guys only do one beer? I want to review more beers.
You want to do more beers? Well, calm down. You haven't even made it through
Also,
the.
can we trade?
No. This is a good beer.
This isn't bad.
I know. So drink it.
That's better.
Yeah, but I don't like coconut.
That's like a whole half a point better on the Untapped average.
I'm surprised by that, though. I am surprised. So now that we got the drinking out of the way, we have to settle something. We have to settle a little bit of a, disagreement. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So today was CJ's 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
So we had to do we did the whole birthday thing, and he wanted cupcakes. So he didn't want regular cake, he wanted cupcakes. So Daddy made cupcakes. So we were going to ice the cupcakes, and Dayna was like, oh, I bought chocolate and vanilla frosting for chocolate cupcakes, okay?
Yes.
And my thing was, why did you bother with vanilla frosting?
Well, first of all, CJ at one point said vanilla.
Yeah, but that was surrounded by a million chocolates. Like, you have to kind of read between the lines on that one. He's 3. Like,
So, for our listeners, Chris and Dayna used to have a podcast called Marital Discord where they would do this exact thing. Where they would pick opposing sides. Chris would come down with a very hard, controversial stance. I was normally on the Dayna side of Marital Discord, and I think I am on this one as well.
Come on.
Thank you.
But Marital Discord, you don't have a referee, so I'm just going to step back
No,
and let Dayna make her own case here.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
So-
let's hear this.
Okay, so you made a very rich chocolate cake.
It wasn't that rich in chocolate.
It was a chocolate cupcake.
It was a chocolate cupcake, but
It was delicious. It was moist. It was chocolatey.
ladies and over of the jury.
And I felt like a vanilla frosting would balance them out well. Not to the point where I was going to only do vanilla, but I was going to mix it up and do some vanilla and some chocolate.
But like chocolate is like just superior in every way. Like I would do chocolate on chocolate on. If there was a way to fit a third chocolate thing on there, I would have.
Oh, and you did. You put chocolate chips in some of them.
Oh, see, there you go. I don't think that panned out as well as I thought it was going to. I'm glad I didn't do all of them.
Yeah, the chocolate chips didn't really add anything to the
No.
cake. But I
Next
enjoyed the
year,
vanilla
it'll be
frosting.
chocolate lava cupcakes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but like I made you eat all the vanilla ones
This
before
is
you
true.
went to the chocolate ones.
Before I frosted them, Chris warned me that I couldn't eat any of the chocolate frosted cupcakes until I ate all of the vanilla chocolate frosted.
Well, hang on. So what did CJ think?
He wanted the chocolate
Yeah, he did eat one vanilla one.
This
he
is
did
true.
eat one vanilla one, but I think it was
because
I
it was
think
the closest one to him.
yeah, or
Okay.
or being brainwashed because mommy does that sometimes, brainwashes CJ against me. So
Yeah,
I'm convinced.
I definitely go out of my way to make sure he likes things you don't.
I know. I don't know why. Like you give him ketchup and stuff. It's gross.
Yeah, why are you trying to make your son like a well-rounded eater? I don't get it.
So weird.
Like I don't know. I guess vanilla frosting to me is like
Cheese pizza?
It's like yeah, kind of. It's kind of a waste. It's like why do you exist? It's like you're almost real frosting, but you didn't quite get there. You know, like you're just like I give up. I didn't want to mix the chocolate into the vanilla. I don't know how they make frosting. Actually, I do, but still.
Well, if it was, I don't think they really have vanilla cake. Usually it's vanilla frosting. But if it was a vanilla cupcake, Chris, how would you feel about putting chocolate frosting on it?
I would 100%.
So how is that much
But
different?
he would never choose the vanilla cake.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Right.
no, that's not. Well, no, probably not. But if there were, like, if someone else made cupcakes and they were vanilla and they had chocolate frosting and vanilla frosting, I don't know why you do vanilla and vanilla. That sounds terrible.
Okay.
I
But-
mean, I don't dislike vanilla or
Vanilla cupcakes.
not vanilla cake. What is it? Not just cake, I guess.
Yellow
Like
cake.
Yellow
It's
cake,
not really
vanilla.
vanilla flavored.
Yeah, it's not vanilla, but
is the equivalent to cheese pizza to you. If
What?
it's the only thing that's available, you'll eat it. But it's kind of a waste, and you'd rather have the
There's a
real
reason why they call plain things vanilla.
thing. This is
'Cause
true.
that is true.
It's,
See?
you know.
And that's a bad thing. No, well, I mean, I guess write in. Let us know,
Listeners.
listeners. We need you. We need you
I'll
on this.
actually respond to the Discord.
Oh yeah, or join the Discord. Yes, and let us know how you feel. Like, and it's like it's chocolate. Generally, it's chocolate versus vanilla. That's how it works. So, I mean, you're gonna lose. This is one I think I can win. But
I think there's only one way to solve this, and that's Chris. You just started a new job. You gotta show up one day with like 40 cupcakes, 20 of them
Ooh.
vanilla frosted, 20 chocolate frosted, and just sit there and watch the box. And just see which one runs out first.
count which ones. Yeah. Unfortunately, I would eat like
all the chocolate. You can't put me near a box of cupcakes and not expect me to eat all
You
of them.
make a dozen extra chocolate ones. You eat them in the car before you start your shift.
But yeah, let us know what you think on the cupcake debacle of 2020. The only bad thing that happened in 2020 was that.
Was me putting vanilla frosting
Yeah,
on
pretty much.
cupcakes.
That was the worst part of
year.
2020. Now that you mention it, that's the worst part. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to look back years from now and be like, 2020, oh yeah, I remember CJ's birthday.
You
What a
won't
way to start your third year.
I'll be telling CJ in a few years, you won't believe it. Your mom put vanilla frosting on your cupcakes. And then he'll want to move out. Like, see what you did to our family.
Maybe you shouldn't tell him yet. We got to wait till he's old enough to be able to handle it without moving out. Wait till he's already moved out, and then you can tell him.
Oh, Lord. But anyways, yeah, so that was basically what Marital Discord was. And I do miss it, but we have no time to do anything because we have so many children and things. So
And cats.
And cats.
A
So
lot
many
of
cats.
Already
cats.
learned on this podcast.
Too many cats.
Well, before we get into handles, I saw something come across my phone the other day, and that's Untapped's 2020 year in review.
Ooh.
Woo.
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, Dayna, you didn't see this on your Untapped because you don't have one. But you could go in and look at your own personal highlights of, your ratings for the year. So I gave up on Untapped pretty quickly in 2020. 2019, I tried pretty hard. 2020, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna untap this. So only 69 check-ins for me
Nice.
this year.
Nice. You planned it that way.
Yeah, I did. Let's see if I can see what some of my highest rated ones on here. 46 breweries, 36 different styles, and that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you my highest rated beer of the year, but I do know what it was. It was the Rusty Nail from Fremont. That was my favorite beer of the year.
Which I have sitting on the other side of the desk. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, you got to tell me when you have that one, because
Oh, I will.
that was a pretty good one. Do you want to share any of your numbers, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, it honestly, not a great year.
I feel like it would be really cool to compare to other years.
Right. I mean, really got to get back into form going into 2021. And it's one of those things where I've really kind of, because I'm always streaming or doing something or doing the podcast or something, I'm always forgetting to check in my beers.
Yeah.
Which is bad. I shouldn't do that because I've definitely had more than this, but I've checked in 298 times in 2020.
Oof.
That's solid.
Well, it's half of what I did last year.
Oh,
Like a
yeah.
third of last year, isn't it?
No, I think I did just over 600.
Okay.
So, but of those 298 check-ins, 295 of them are unique. So, still hung on to that. And I've also tasted 131 different breweries. So that's a wide spread. That's not too bad. Now this is a funny one. It says, seems like root beer was your favorite this year as this was your top style, hard seltzer. So apparently I like root beer. But I did all these hard seltzer packs that I was going through. I was I guess I've checked in 77 hard seltzers this year.
Holy crap. That's a lot of,
I don't know.
A lot of your check-ins.
I guess though, if
lot.
there's
A quarter
if
of
it's
them.
a mixed pack,
Right.
there's 4 flavors in a mixed pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And we
it's
couldn't do samplers at the breweries this year.
That's where all my mass numbers come in, is just the samplers, going through and man, I miss it. But here's to 2021. Hopefully everything is going to be better
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, hopefully not worse.
God, I hope not.
We also had a baby this year, which makes going out hard, even if
That is
the
true.
NFL CBA wasn't a thing.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had Lucas 5 months ago. So Lucas turns 5 months tomorrow. So
Woohoo.
yeah, I know, crazy.
That sounded like CJ's woohoo.
Woohoo! Yeah. Whenever CJ, he's I'm like, oh, you want to watch Octonauts or something? He's like, yeah, woohoo!
He has the third jump from Mario 64.
yeah.
But sometimes he says it really really quiet. Like, he'll be like, yeah, woohoo. Like, I don't know. It's just really funny.
Well, I also have on here the top checked-in beers from 2020 on all of Untapped,
Oh.
which I thought might be fun to go through.
Oh,
the
okay,
list
yeah.
really quickly. Some you would expect, some you wouldn't. Number 10 is Hazy Little Thing from Sierra Nevada, which, it's pretty hazy. That's pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
9 is Stella Artois. Okay. 8, Miller Lite. Interesting.
That makes sense. I assume that's a lot of these macros, yeah.
Actually, that's the only one of the three big light beers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys think it's because people were trying Miller Lite for the first time? Or did they, start with Untapped and Miller Lite was their go-to?
I don't know. It's this is what they said. It says that of all the beer brands in the U.S., this is the top checked-in macro brewery beer from the U.S. in the light lager category in 2020. It beat out Bud Light and Coors Light in terms of check-in volume with over 81,000 check-ins. It was 7th last year, 8th this year.
Oh.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, Miller released 3 new light formulas in 2008: an amber, a blonde, and a wheat beer. It was called the Miller Lite Brewers Collection, but it didn't stick around for very long. Interesting. Next few are kind of surprising to me. 7 is a beer from Belgium called Triple Carmelite. It said it's big
Interesting.
outside the
Okay.
U.S. Pretty popular in Belgium, obviously. 6, Elvis Juice from Brewdog. I've seen Brewdog a lot on these
Okay.
lists. I think, again, I don't know, it must be popular internationally because it seems like a lot of people buy this beer, and I don't think craft beer people are into Brewdog all that much. I don't know. If you think they're
Is that
great.
the hotel thing? No? Just kidding. Cut
I
that.
don't
I don't know. I do know. I don't remember. I know there is a beer hotel. Jenna went there, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
where
it might be. You're right.
It might be. It might be Brewdog, but we.
By the way, the Miller Lite average is a 2.48. This one
okay.
from Elvis Juice from Brewdog's a 3.75, so pretty popular. Heineken's number 5 with a 2.93 average on here, but it was number 3 last year, so Heineken still in our top 10. 4, I think, is another one that the people on this podcast would all probably drink, which is the Lagunitas IPA.
Yeah. Okay.
Standard,
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 3 is interesting, surprising to me. This beer was 8th last year, jumped all the way up to 3rd. Any guesses what it could be? It's a very 2020 beer.
I got nothing.
I was trying to. Oh.
Corona. Corona Extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yep.
guess.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, I mean, it's on everybody's brain, you know? It's good marketing. You can't help but think about Corona. Number 2, Punk IPA by Brewdog. Another one from them.
Another
And number-
Brewdog.
Yeah, another Brewdog. And number 1, with 3rd year in a row with first place. 164,000 check-ins in 2020. First beer to ever hit 1 million check-ins on Untapped. The most check-ins for any beer at all. Thoughts? Guesses?
I was gonna say I was thinking like Boston Lager or something like that, but I have no idea.
Yeah. Now, Guinness.
Oh,
Guinness is number 1.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Probably should have went that way. Yeah.
They even shout out on this list Guinness superfan Chris H., who has over 24,000 check-ins of Guinness.
God.
What the heck?
So this guy, instead of going for distinct beers, he's doing the same
He's doing
beers at
just-
distinct locations.
Just
I guess
Guinness.
so. That's a lot of Guinness. I mean, Chris, you have more check-ins. You and Tud at least have more check-ins than anyone I know. You two combined don't have close to 24,000.
No, not even close. And that's every beer. Well, that's every beer, but I bet if you have Tud checked every single one of his Bud Lights,
Yeah.
then this list would be vastly different.
Yeah.
And they would be talking about Tud.
They also say on here that it's the most commonly misspelled beer with 13 different variations on Untapped. It makes sense, you know? Guinness. There's a lot of things you could misspell there.
I know, a lot of different letters going back
All
and
letters.
forth. All letters.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm not surprised by Guinness, but like, it's not what I thought of.
I think
Yeah.
for me, it was like when you said Guinness, it's like right international.
Yeah, a
Like,
worldwide.
that makes sense.
That's also true.
if
yeah.
I think just U.S., then like a Boston Lager probably makes more sense.
Apparently, there's this dude checking
Yeah.
Guinnesses.
24,000 of them. He's really pumping those numbers up.
He's really into Guinness.
He must have an Instagram. We have to check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris H.
Chris H, if you're a listener.
Which
Definitely a listener.
I'm sure you are. Right in.
Yeah. I mean, why? What? Like, do you think they're all the same number? Do you think he's like, this one was only a 4.75 today?
Bad batch.
2 degrees warmer than usual.
I don't know. I'm like really, I don't know. Chris H on Untapped.
Yeah.
This dude
There's
is.
probably only one Chris H.
There's probably only one. He's the only one. They don't allow anybody else to
You
sign
just
up.
go on Guinness, click on most recent check-ins, and just scroll till you find him. So
Oh, that's true. That's a good tactic there.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So, long story short, we'll get Tud's numbers, and we'll have to report back on that. But long story short, DAWF podcast has to step it up in 2021.
Only
Yeah.
Guinness.
Only Guinness.
Only Guinness.
The year
Yeah.
of Guinness.
That's
This
it.
week we're
Our
doing
podcast
Guinness.
is going to be us reviewing 3 Guinnesses a week every episode for the whole year. So I got another list here of the top breweries. If you want to go through that a little quickly here,
Yeah.
you got time?
Yeah, let's run through it. We got. Well, who cares? We're going long. It's fine.
The listeners want to know. They're
Everybody
clamoring.
wants to
They're
know.
I
clamoring
want
for
to
this
know.
list.
I love these things.
I'm curious.
Yeah, listicles they get me every time. Okay, so we'll start at number 10 here. Again, most checked-in breweries. Number 10, Lagunitas. Not
Makes
super
sense.
surprising. They had that IPA in the last list. Number 9, Bell's Brewery with their
Okay.
Two Hearted. I see
Yep.
them everywhere all across America, so not super surprising. With 456,000 check-ins this year. Goose Island, number 8.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they were in 7th last year, so they slipped a spot, but Tud again, I'm sure is helping them out. New Belgium, number 7.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Number 6, I thought it would be, I'm surprised it's this high up, but Stone Brewing Company. I don't see them as much as I used to, but
But they have those drink buys, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna up their check-ins.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I don't
true.
know. Stone's solid. I mean, and you can get them pretty much anywhere. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not Montana. I know I see them down here.
Yeah, I'm sure. I maybe they just like blend into the background with me because I don't.
Yeah.
But they said that in 2020 they had over 1,209 different beers checked in from Stone.
Damn.
Which is crazy.
That's a lot.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm sure they weren't making that many this year, but over the years, people have had them in their fridge and are just checking them in now.
Right.
But 1,209 from a single brewery? That's wild.
How am I supposed to catch them all?
I know. Yeah. Number 5, a place we've been to, Sierra Nevada Brewing Company.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Over 606,000 check-ins. And again, 1,039 different beers checked in from Sierra Nevada.
Damn.
So very
Wow.
prolific brewers.
So many.
Yeah.
Those big brew houses, though, like,
They can try so many different things.
yeah,
Yeah.
it helps. I'm sure.
4 is Founders.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little surprising because I know they were in hot water like
Oh
at
yeah.
the end of 2019.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
It was a whole kerfluffle in the national news about it, and like people were like, "We're never drinking there ever again."
Clearly
America,
not.
we're looking at you.
Although they were 3rd last year. So
Okay, so they took a hit.
yeah. Yep. And they're opening a new brewery in Detroit, a new location. So
Oh, nice.
apparently they
I like
retired their CBS this year.
Yeah, they did.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was so good. It was better than their breakfast stuff. Founders, listen, you done messed up.
Let's
Yeah.
get on this.
You did it bad because it was really good.
Number 3, I'm really shocked by. Other Half Brewing Company out of Brooklyn.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Considering I went there and they were just like a little warehouse in New York and I saw no one in line. I'm shocked that they are the third most popular check-in. But, New York, lots of people. They opened a location in the Finger Lakes and also in D.C.
Oh, okay.
And they started shipping beer directly to consumers. I didn't know that. So maybe I can get them here.
Yeah, I mean, their distribution network grew a lot this year. Does it say where they were last year?
They were 5 last year, so they jumped up a couple spots.
There's a lot of hop hype with them, right? Like, they're pretty sought after, so I'm sure when
sure.
And they're a really good brewery. I mean, their beer's delicious. So
well, Tud and I both talked about how when we went there, it was just an overwhelming number of different beers that they brewed, and they have the most of any brewery in this top 10 list with 1,303 different beers checked in.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Which is because the other ones have been around for years.
Right.
Other half I feel like they're pretty new. But number 2, one of our frenemy breweries of the podcast, Treehouse.
Hey.
Not surprising.
Nope. Makes sense. They're good.
But
Do you even Untapped if you hadn't had a Treehouse?
I honestly, I may have had one in Connecticut, but I don't.
No, like, you have to have a Treehouse beer to be able to log into Untapped, right?
it's a requirement. You got to scan the barcode to create an account.
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah. But they do make a good point in this list. They say, they don't have a taproom open right now. They're only doing to-go ordering. They don't distribute, and they're still number 2 on the list. So
it's unreal. It really is unreal. It just proves if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the scarcity, like the
Well, I mean, it's
hard to come by.
Like, people travel from across the world to go to Treehouse.
Or you got to know somebody who knows somebody who lives nearby.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, obviously, we've all had Treehouse beers. Very good. But
of course,
still,
if we were in a relationship with them on Facebook, we got to check the it's complicated.
It's complicated, right? We love you, but we hate some of the ways you treat us.
Yeah, we just can't.
We keep coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
But I understand it. I understand it now, ladies.
Yeah. Number 1 isn't surprising if you were paying attention to the last list at all.
It is.
Nope. Brewdog.
Oh.
Yeah, they had 2.
Yeah, they had 2 on it. That's right. That's weird. Guinness didn't even, despite Chris H's best efforts, Guinness didn't even make the top 10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Brewdog. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that is the hotel. I did look that up.
Okay. I guess they're also from Scotland. I didn't know that. So, but they're not an American brewery. Probably why it's so popular, and yet we're like, huh? Brewdog? Who?
Yeah. Interesting.
I feel like they got in trouble, too.
I don't remember that.
Wasn't it them that was like, oh, we're going to hire an intern, and then they took all their ideas? And
they did. Yeah, they were also the brewery that got in trouble. I remember that.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So many troublesome breweries.
And I don't want to go through the whole list, but I was looking. There's one of these, I think, for each state as well.
Oh.
And I will say number 2 in Connecticut, I believe, was Fox Farm.
Yeah.
So, really surprising considering the number of incredible breweries that, distribute in Connecticut that we don't, to get them as number 2 is really surprising, but also good on them,
Definitely.
Yeah, like, listen, I'm telling you, if you're one of those people worldwide that's going to travel to Treehouse, just drive an extra hour and a half and go to Fox Farm. Well worth it. Or if you listen to literally any episode of this podcast. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's very, very interesting. We love lists here on Drinking Alone with Friends. So, I just here have your half a headset back.
Yours are just too strong.
Yeah. Strong ears.
But yeah, going through the list, I think we definitely have checked in one beer from each of the top 10 on the podcast. So we apparently drink good Connecticut beer.
All right.
Yeah.
Go us.
Go us.
Cool.
But I think it's that time of the episode where we pull out for the last time in 2020 our Frosty mug of the year.
I know. It's crazy.
We fill it with a whole year of wisdom in one mug. We have maybe some Christmas presents, maybe some frosting techniques, maybe, I don't know, rest stops across America. We'll find out this week on our hit segment, The Handles That we drink along with. No, it's called Three Handles That Are Busted by Wisdom.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Mug of Wisdom! Drink. Mug of Wisdom!
Our 3 handles that we drink alone
Who
with.
was Man of the People? Who won Man of the People?
Tud.
Todd won Man of the People. So as guest, Dayna, you get to choose. Your honorary Woman of the People.
I choose Chris to go first.
Why?
Okay.
Because you need as much time as you can get, and I don't want to give it to you.
Well, that's just mean. Now we just have to sit here for 15 minutes while I think of a thought. No, actually, I do have one. I know. So this is something that we got CJ for Christmas, and he actually received more for his birthday.
Different planets, different moon planet lights.
Yeah, different moon planet. We got a Mars, we got a Venus, and it's awesome. No, so I wanted to get him a remote control car, RC car for Christmas. So we bought him like a cheapo one because he's 3, you know.
2 buttons.
2 buttons. Forward, backwards, left, and right. That's right.
Wait, that's 4 buttons.
Okay,
Well,
so
it's
two
Joy-Cons.
yeah.
2 Joy-Cons.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, so it's more than just a button. Okay.
Oh yeah, the
You can
Joy-Cons.
actually control it.
So we bought him one, and we were playing with it the other day. It was a ton of fun. But my ma got him a set of 2. Remember, like back in the day when Sidewinder came out, like the one that flipped and the wheels flipped back and forth.
Forgot about that commercial.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's basically like 2. They came in a pack of 2 mini Sidewinders, so we could each have our own.
Basically, this gift was for Chris, but it came for CJ's birthday.
Yeah, and let me tell you what. Being a 32-year-old person playing with your son and driving around these RC cars, it's still a ton of fun. We were having some fun, like chasing around the cats and like and like we would he would run away from it because the one we bought him is shaped like a shark, so he'd be like, run away. So he'd run away from the shark, and it's so much fun, and being able to do that with my son is just an added bonus. So if you haven't yet, like, you can get some for dirt cheap. I don't know how much the ones my mom bought were, but it's a 2 set. So if you have a significant other or a child or whatever, and you guys just want to hang out, I'm promising you they are fun. They're still fun.
A friend who's 30 years younger than you.
Right, yeah. You just hang out with toddlers and looking for something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So there you go. There's my handle that I shared with CJ, and it was a lot of fun. We will continue to have fun because they're pretty cool.
Very
so
nice.
take that. Thankfully, It's sitting right over there, and I could see it.
It wasn't a shopping app.
It wasn't.
It was not a shopping app.
I'm holding on to those. Actually, I do have more. The next 2 weeks.
Watch out, world. Here comes the shopping apps.
Do you like saving money?
So, Dayna, do you want to go next or should I go next?
I'll go next because mine's kind of lame.
Do you want to sandwich it in the middle? I see.
Yeah, I don't want to end on my note. Hopefully yours is good.
Hers is regular, just Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
No. So mine, I needed a new laptop for work. Mine's from like 2013 or so, and it was like, it couldn't even handle the regular Wi-Fi. It had to be on like the 2G.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like a Morse code. Beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep. Not even dial up.
Exactly. So it was time. And, Chris is my tech guy. And we were going back and forth. I didn't want to spend a ton of money. But, like, did I really need a whole, like, computer? Because I really just work out of, like, Chromebook. Or Chromecast.
Google Chrome.
Chrome.
The Chrome.
It's your favorite color.
So I went with a Chromebook. So we ended up saving money compared to like a regular laptop. But I really love it. I'm able to do everything that I wanted to do with it. I haven't found the perfect email app yet. I'm still working on one that I really like there. But otherwise, I'm able to get everything I need to get done. It's so thin and light, especially compared to the brick that I had. So it's a little bit lame, but we were a little nervous to go with the Chromebooks. We weren't sure if I was going to be able to handle everything I did for work.
Sure.
And it has.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's my handle.
all your programs, they work.
Well, everything's out of the web browser, so I didn't really...
Yeah, it's not like you're doing like
Need
QuickBooks
a lot
or
of
anything
power.
like that. Yeah.
Well, I do, but I use QuickBooks Online.
Oh, okay.
So
Look at that.
it's
Big-
all good. I
Big
don't,
brain moves.
Yeah.
I don't use any programs that I couldn't... I mean, there's an app for just about anything anyway, so...
Sure.
There's an app for that. It was really weird, like picking one out because I was hesitant. I never really looked into Chromebooks, even though I worked at Best Buy.
But
for
you're
a
also like
while.
a big Google person. You're like Android all the way.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure, yes, I do like the Android, but like everything I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that's not a lot of power. But like I had to be like, okay, she doesn't need a 3.5 gigahertz.
It's still
like,
going to be 10
it's
times more
like,
powerful than your laptop from 2000 and late.
Right, yeah. So that was the biggest hurdle. I'm like, well, or we could get this gaming laptop for like $2,400. But I don't know. I'm glad she likes it, and it's pretty neat. Like it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So anywho, yeah.
So Chromebook, probably do enough of what you want to do, unless you game.
Unless you game, yeah, or well, do other things too, or watch porn.
I'm pretty sure it could handle it. I haven't tried, though.
Noob.
How else do you think Chris tries out a laptop?
That's how he had to rate the review after.
Yeah.
Could not handle porn. 0 stars. The Fire Kids tablet, 0 stars.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to take this Frosty mug quickly
That's a good idea.
before we go down that track any further. I'm tapping into a well that we've drawn from quite a few times.
Shopping app?
Not a shopping app.
Damn.
This is what I think that all three of the regular co-hosts have done, and that's Ways to Make Coffee.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We've done the French press. You did the pour over. There's, I think, been a couple other ones in there.
I think we did the espresso.
The espresso machine.
Yeah.
There's coffee. Yeah.
It's
Probably the coffee grinder we got.
we like beverages on this show.
We do.
And we have the PM beverages, but also AM beverages. So I asked for and received for Christmas from my sister an Aeropress. This came highly recommended to me as one of the, like, my friends who are like coffee aficionados are like, this is the finest cup of coffee. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then someone else said, if you're going to go backpacking, like, he's like, oh, I always bring my Aeropress when I go backpacking. It's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I really like it. It's way less acidic than a normal cup. Their website and their packaging claims 9 times less acidity, which is cool. And it's what I like the most about it is there's no cleanup at all. You just like wipe it down with a paper towel or rinse it off under some water. You don't have to wash it or anything like that. But it's pretty cool how it works because you put some ground coffee in this big plunger thing, basically, and then you use the force of you pushing the air down into it. It pressurizes the coffee, goes through the beans into the filter, through the filter into your cup, and it only takes a minute, and it's good for, I'll say, like a personal coffee level. Like maybe if you had a family, you're better off sticking with the traditional pot. But if it's just for you, this thing could handle probably like a big travel mug if you were to try and do it all at once. But I really like it. Next time you're in Montana, I'll have to brew you guys a cup of it. I'm still dialing it in. It kind of comes out like an espresso that you add regular hot water to. Because I think
Yeah.
you're not supposed to put it comes out as super concentrated basically, and then you either drink it like an espresso or water it down. But I really like it so far, and it was a great Christmas present. So that's why
Chris, you're not allowed to get any more coffee.
We need to know how Aeropresses work. Now,
gotta
is
come
it-
to
is it-
Montana then.
Is it arrow like aeroplane, or is it arrow like bow and arrow?
Like Aeroplane.
Okay.
AEROPRESS.
I assume that too, but
We have
then again, you
3
never
coffee things on the counter already.
know. Do we?
Yes.
right now.
The
Oh, yeah.
Keurig, the espresso, and the regular pot.
That's true. We do have those. So, well, we can add it right next to it. There's plenty of room.
I think we need to do an
Oh.
episode of Drinking Alone with Friends where we do like a blind coffee tasting, and we try and figure out which is the
Ooh.
best.
Yeah,
And then it's a
that's
tax
actually not-
write-off if you buy the Aeropress. I think that's how it
There we
works.
go.
So-
See?
I mean-
It's a tax write-off.
As long as you do it.
That's basically free
early-
money, I think. I don't know how taxes
how that
work.
works.
Technically
I'm not-
make
I'm-
money with it? I'm not sure.
Can we do record before 9 p.m.?
Yeah, we
No.
have to.
Coffee?
Nope.
Yeah,
Coffee episode 9 p.m.
yeah.
Can't
Right.
get any earlier.
We just live stream all night with the coffee buzz.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
I'd do it. I'd do it. So, we'd like to thank you all for listening. We're going to start off by thanking our breweries. So, I would like to start off by thanking Great Awakening Brewing Company for their amazing Spoonbender Imperial Stout.
I want to thank Imagination for their Houston Wir haben ein Problem.
And I would like to thank Barreled Souls Coconut Express via Tud
There you go.
for their excellent IPA tonight.
Make sure you're jumping into all social medias and following us. That's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's Untapped at DAWF Podcast. Make sure you're jumping in, joining the Discord. Let us know what your preference of frosting choices are. I mean, you heard
On
it, so
chocolate
let us know.
cupcakes. Yep.
Yeah. Chocolate cupcakes. What frosting do you put on it? Is vanilla a waste? You know, all that stuff. Just say yes.
Don't
to
say
all that.
coconut or you'll get banned by one of the moderators. I think I'll tell you who, but
Permaband. Make sure you're sending in your emails to dawfpodcast@gmail.com. And, you could also write in there. Let us know if you want us to bring back Marital Discord. We might be able to fit it into our busy schedules. That would be fun. Just arguing with her tonight, which we do every day. I mean, it's not like...
We just have to turn the hit the record button.
yeah.
Right, yeah. Just be like, what did we fight about today?
The chocolate cake.
Oh yeah, right. Well, you didn't tell me to clean that. Anyways, make sure you're heading over to iTunes and giving us 5-star reviews. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. And make sure you write a review. If you write a funny review, we'll read it on there. How about that? And yeah, I think that's. Oh, check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/BeardEyeGamer. Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Dayna, for being a great guest, a great Tud 4.0.
Tud 4.0.
He won't even
I
tell
don't-
him that you stopped by.
I don't think I could fill his shoes.
Well, you did this week, so you did
There
an
you
admirable
go.
job.
There you go. Yeah, and Tud's still doing well outside of some demo in his house that he was talking about. So please keep thinking of him. But he is doing well. Hopefully, we'll have him back sooner rather than later. But of course, like we've been saying, recovery is first and foremost the most important. So it'll probably be maybe a couple more weeks. I don't know. We'll find out. But other than that, my name's Chris.
My name's Obert.
And I'm Dayna.
You gotta do the thing. You gotta do it.
You do the thing. Just make one up.
Something
And if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
Yeah, there you go. You have video the whole time.
You've listened to 120 episodes.
I know, I totally blanked.
No, clearly. It's very clear. It's very clear how blank.
Dayna about freaking frosty mugs.
So over, Dana's parents are visiting, and they brought down their dogs, right? And you'll never guess what CJ called the dogs when they first came in.
I think he said which one's popcorn or something.
So every dog from here to the end of time is popcorn.
or
Or Poopus, yes. Poopus is a whole other thing. So
that's hilarious.
your dog has made a lasting impact on our son.
Apparently.
So